Okay, we're about to go a little inside baseball today. At the Idaho State House, ideas come easy, sometimes a little too easy. When every lawmaker arrives with a stack of concerns, complaints, and bright ideas from back home, that pile can get awfully tall, awfully fast. This year, one proposal isn't trying to create a new law for Idahoans, it's trying to slow down the lawmaking machine itself. The Senate passed a resolution to limit how many bill drafts each legislator can request each year. Supporters say it's not to silence anyone, but to keep a part-time legislature from drowning in its own paperwork. SCR 144, a resolution, would put a cap on how many pieces of legislation each lawmaker can personally push into the pipeline each year. Under the proposal, each legislator could ask for up to 25 bill drafts and 10 routing slips a year. A routing slip, or RS, is basically the step that moves a bill forward to be formally introduced. And lawmakers say that matters because the system is getting crowded. In 2025 alone, 1,378 proposed pieces of legislation were prepared for committees and individual lawmakers. Of those, 790 bills, resolutions, memorials, and proclamations were actually introduced. And in the end, 341 bills became law. If you line it up week by week, lawmakers this March are asking for more than 150 more bills to be drafted than they were in 2021. So even with these proposed limits in place, if every one of Idaho's 105 lawmakers used all 10 routing slips, that could still mean more than 1,000 measures moving forward. Now, this would not stop lawmakers from refining an idea once it's already in the system. Editing or revising the bill again and again would still count as just one draft. And some major categories wouldn't count towards the cap, including budget bills and technical cleanup bills. There's also a pressure release valve built in. If a lawmaker has a need beyond the limit, leadership, the House Speaker or the Senate Pro Tem, could approve an exception. Those backing the bill say the goal is not to shut down debate. They say it's to create a little discipline in a legislature that has been asking more and more of a part-time institution and of the staff members responsible for turning ideas into legal language.
Maybe take a little pressure off those that do the bill drafting for us. And I know there's probably 2 or 3 months that they are under a lot of stress and a lot of pressure.
During its Senate committee hearing, it got support from the Idaho League of Women Voters president.
Almost the exact same number of bills become laws every year, but the number of RSs is absolutely out the roof. It's just not a good way to manage.
Supporters say when too many bills flood the system, it strains drafters and bogs down committees, making it harder for lawmakers and the public to keep track of what's moving and why. Those against it may still ask whether putting a number on ideas is the right fix, but supporters argue this is less about limiting speech and more about admitting the legislature needs limits of its own.
If we can temper the quantity, then we can enhance the quality.
Well, Senator Guthrie there, the sponsor, also says some legislators boast about 60 to 70 bills, especially during those election years, by introducing them, right? So this would prevent that. And now that it has cleared the Senate unanimously, so a lot of people obviously in support with that, the resolution will move to the House. And if it survives there, it could mean fewer bills.